This meeting is being recorded.
If I'm slower trying things, but you will get a link to it after I've posted it, okay, through email. And oh, by the way, I said only for those students actively participating in the online class will have access to the class recordings. For those who are auditing or just listening to the videos, let me know who you are so that I know that you're still in class, okay? That's what that is for. So don't freak out, because I know that there's homework, right? And this week was particularly intense, was it not? Yeah, next week is not so bad, okay? I promise you, especially if you have Leviticus too. But if you have a hectic week and no time to do your homework, come anyway, because God will teach you through his word. Cat. See, now you're gonna hear my cat too. So let's call it heart work or soul work, but not homework. I gotta let people in. How do I do that? Okay, wait a minute, I know. Stop it. I'll share. Sorry, for some reason, did someone try to get in? Someone's trying to get in. No, two people are trying to get in. Karen Miller and Kelly. Well, that's going to be irritating, isn't it? Sorry about that. Hi, guys. Hi, Karen. You didn't make it yesterday. You're muted. I can't hear a word you're saying.
I was about neck deep in a bankruptcy case, so.
Okay. Well, then I guess I'll forgive you. It's going to be hard.
So is that conditional forgiveness?
Well, she said it was whole.
You guys are mean. You're just mean.
Only problem I've got is in my age, my husband insists I still work. So.
That will soon pass. All right, I'm just showing this book here as if you want some more reading to do, you can buy this book written by Kay Arthur. It's really good too. But just having the homework is fine. I use a lot of Blue Letter Bible online. Beloved Truth, you can find a lot of information there. Bible Gateway has a lot of things. There's Bible Hub. What other things are there, gals, that you use for study? Anybody?
I usually use hardback.
You usually use what?
Hardback, actually books that go online.
I use Discovering the Word.
I haven't heard of that one.
And then Enduring Word is good too, which is by David from Blue Letter Bible.
Are you all hearing an echo when people talk?
Yes.
Everybody's echoing.
It's because they're not on mute.
What?
If everybody mutes, unless you talk, that gets you to that.
We didn't have that yesterday. I don't know what the deal is.
You're not echoing.
I'm not echoing?
No.
Everybody else?
Just
So we
everyone?
just
No,
muted
I don't
Wes.
hear anybody else echoing now, probably because you brought it up. It stopped.
It's echoing for us.
It does help down if you do mute while you're not speaking. Okay. All right. In this study, you're going to start getting into it. You worked up the words covenant and made. What sort of things did you find out about those words? What did you find as definition?
It's an agreement.
An agreement. Okay. A pledge or agreement. Anybody else?
An allegiance or bargain.
Or bargain, that's good, yeah. Did anybody look up the Greek word for covenant? It's a disposition, a contract, or a covenant, or a testament. How about made? Anybody look up made?
Yeah, sorry, it's repeating.
Go ahead.
It's Strong's 3772. It's karat, which means to cut, to hew, or to cut or make covenant.
Yeah, alliance or a bargain is what, here, who came up with that number 3? James Strong. In general, this lesson, who were the covenants between? If you were to categorize who they are between, what did you
It's
see?
always between God and somebody else.
Not
It could be
necessarily, though, is
Abram,
it?
it could be Noah, it could be whoever. But the other person is God, always God.
Well, there's God and man. What other kind of covenants did you study, Miss Leslie?
Man and man.
Yeah, man and man. Men and men. And they
I know there's a lot of echo, so I apologize. But I was doing a covenant marriage class, and the interesting thing that the teacher brought out is when it's covenant God, man. The difference is on God's part, there's never any control. There's never any way to get a contract. God never does that type of thing. When we do bargain deals, there's always a way to get it out, but not with.
I don't know. Stephanie, you've been reading the book on on covenant, right?
Yes.
What did you find about covenant between men? Was it able to be disengaged or whenever, you know, what's the word for that? Or was it for a forever thing?
It was taken very, very seriously. But you did have to have at least 1 or 2 witnesses to it. And so it could be broken.
It could be broken?
Yes.
Huh. Okay.
But if you broke a covenant, that was bad for you. If anybody else.
Yeah. Well, what we're going to find, though, is that usually in biblical covenants, if God is my witness, if I break this, he will strike me dead. So kind of serious, right? When we go into Noah, and this is in day 1, we find that God initiated the covenant, correct? And who did he include in that with God and Noah? Who else was initiated within that covenant?
The sons, descendants, and
Yes,
And
the living creatures.
living creatures.
yeah, what did he?
Denise,
Yeah,
did you see the messages?
Hey, Denise, can you,
yeah.
I'm having trouble hearing.
Denise, can you tell people mute if they're
Yeah, I did. Please mute if you're not speaking, and then when you're ready to speak, unmute, please. I think that'll cut down. If this continues, we'll have to stop the class, everybody get out and restart it again. But if everybody mutes when they're not speaking and then unmute when you are speaking, it will clear up a lot of these problems. And Evelyn, I would suggest you get some earphones. Earphones help it a lot, okay? I picked on Evelyn, but I can do that because she loves me anyway. All right, there was promises made. What kind of promises were made?
There would never be another flood.
Yeah. What else? did you know about the promise? How do you show the sign? The sign is, this is simple, guys.
The rainbow.
The rainbow, right? Every time he would look at the rainbow, he would remember his covenant, right?
Yes.
How long would it last?
Everlasting.
Yeah, and that's important to know because there's such a things as everlasting covenant and then some that are just for this time period, right? And no conditions were made on this. It's an unconditional promise. They didn't have to do anything. But what did Noah do?
Built an altar.
Yeah. He built an altar. What else did he build? How about the boat? Has anybody been up to, it's in Kentucky, I think, to Noah's Ark and been to Noah's Ark? Nobody?
It's on my list to go to.
I was with you, girlfriend.
I know, I was gonna, Cindy!
I have been there. I've been there a couple times.
Isn't it cool? I've been promising or threatening Ben that I'm going to take him. I'm trying to convert him, you know. Now what happened? Okay. Anyway, it's really cool, isn't it, Cindy and Evelyn, whoever's been there. It's amazing how they've kind of figured it out and how much room was really on that. It's really ingenious, I think. But God initiated the covenant with Noah and all living creatures. All life on the earth was corrupt. Can you imagine this? Filled with violence, and man was wicked with every evil thought.
Not too hard to understand.
Is it not? Compare that to today. I'm not talking about your Christian friends, you know, but isn't there a lot of evil thinking going on? How do you deal with it? How do you approach it? Karen Miller, you have a little bit to contend with, don't you?
Oh,
We can't. Yeah.
it depends on which day you ask, but yesterday was terrible.
She works for a lawyer.
Yeah. And, you know, the only thing I know to do is pray. And pray that, you know, that I can be who I'm supposed to be. Because I have a little bit of a temper. And whew,
It's hard, isn't it?
yes, it is.
I'm gonna try, I think I'm gonna try this, y'all.
Denise, I hear you, see your mouth moving, but I don't hear you.
I was trying my headphones. It didn't work, did it?
No.
Denise,
One.
the other thing I think about is like what has happened at the Capitol building. Because, I mean, you know, the whole time that was going on, Dave and I were praying. Because this is the country that we know. And all of that was going on.
It's been bad, hasn't it? Well, back in Noah's time, he regretted that he created man and the living things on the earth, the animals and the birds. Can you imagine God regretting his creation?
What did he have against the animal?
Well, that's
I
You
don't
go
get
into
it.
that in the study. When we study Genesis, we study this more, but even the animals were corrupt.
Why?
I don't know, I wasn't there. That's just what the commentaries say about it. Yeah, that even the animals were corrupt.
Well, the serpent was Satan.
So he decided to destroy them on the earth and the flood. But Noah was a righteous man, and God promised to save him. What made Noah righteous, do you think?
His faith.
God.
He walked with God, right? Yeah. He was blameless in his time, and that blameless in this time means that generation. And he walked with God. Walking with God meant living a godly life, okay? So he found grace in God's sight. So because of this, Noah and his family were included in the covenant. Corrupt is used to describe what humanity had done to itself and the world in Noah's days. The Hebrew word corrupt means to bring to ruin, to destroy. Violence is wrong, cruelty, injustice. And that blameless in his time means his generation, and how he walks is how one lives. So then the flood came. And what did God do? He remembered his covenant with Noah. And so what did he do with Noah and his family?
They were sealed in the ark.
Yeah, and they were spared. And after the flood, he established his covenant with Noah, his sons and descendants, with every living creature. His covenant promise was that he would never again bring a flood to destroy the earth. Does anybody, especially those who have studied Revelation, know what does God intend to do the next time? Got some chat going on.
Isn't it fire?
Yeah, it's fire. Genesis 9:12 is where the bow in the cloud is mentioned, and it was an everlasting. As a reminder for us Christians, what would the rainbow remind us of?
That there is a forever covenant with God.
What else about it do you think?
Well, there has not been rain for so long. All the people, Noah and his family would still be afraid. So the rainbow showed that they would never have to deal with the flood again. But the promise wasn't that it wouldn't come another way.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a looking forward. The rainbow reminds us not that we're going to be destroyed by a flood, but it should remind us that we know that another ending is coming.
Okay, that's one way to look at it. Yeah. Anybody else? What would it mean to Christians? What kind of meaning would the rainbow have?
The promise. Jesus is coming.
Promise of Jesus, okay. I was looking for something a little more simple. It's just a matter of a reminder that he is a covenant-keeping God. And even to this day, it shows up in the rainbow. I know, kind of dorky, huh? And God puts no conditions on this covenant. Man was not required to do anything. But what would you say about Noah? Did Noah not do anything?
He had to obey. He had to build the ark.
He had to build the ark, and to build the ark, he had to obey God, did he not?
And the people laughing at him for years.
No, Cindy, that won't help. It's, is everybody muted? I'm still saying people are having trouble. I'm not having any trouble hearing anything, but I guess some people are. Okay, the best fix I can think of is to stop it and then come back in and restart the meeting. Do you want to do that? I'm seeing some heads yeses.
Yes.
All right, let's stop the meeting and then I'll restart it and then come back in, okay?